Hi guys, welcome back to the next airport update. This is going to be St. Louis, set in the mid-90s, around 1995, where obviously it is at the peak of its TWA hub, along with quite a few other national carriers involved. So let's get cracking. So we'll start on the far left here at Concourse A, which is the TWA hub. So first in line we have the TWA 727. This has just arrived in from Fort Lauderdale and is currently having the passengers unloaded from the aircraft, and catering is loading ready for the next one. At gate number 2 we've got a 763, and this is going to be departing for Paris Charles de Gaulle reasonably shortly. It's just having the final passengers loaded, and then the jet bridge will be detached and the aircraft will be pushed back 5th in line for departure. At gate 3 we have an L1011 in the old livery as it now is. This will be won't be repainted in the new livery, as the L1011s will be phased out in the next few years, so this will remain in this livery until it is retired. And this has recently arrived in from Frankfurt in Germany and is having the passengers disembarked currently via the jet bridge on the other side. Moving around to gate 4 we have a TWA 767-200, and this will be arriving in from LAX. Passengers have just finished disembarking and the luggage is been taken off, and you can see it's being catered ready for its next flight out, with the food truck on one side and the fuel truck on the other. On the corner here at gate number 5 we've got the TWA MD-83, and this is going to be departing out to Austin, Texas reasonably shortly. The jet bridge is connected and the passengers are making their way on board. At gate number 6 we have the TWA 747-100, and this has going to be departing for a flight out to Honolulu. Not quite soon. It's quite a while off yet. As you can see, we've got baggage being loaded on one side, cargo coming around the other side, jet bridge is connected ready for the first batch of passengers which will be entering, but obviously with the size of the aircraft it will take a while to get them all on board. Moving on to gate 7 we have the L1011. This is the only L1011 to have been painted in the new livery, and will be the only one because, as I said previously, they're going to be retired in the next few years. And this will be departing out for a flight to Honolulu. Apologies, I got mixed up there. The 747 has arrived. Will be departing for Athens in Greece, and then the L1011 will be departing for Honolulu reasonably shortly. It's just having all the passengers loaded. 3 buses have arrived with passengers. Some cargo trucks on the far side have just finished loading up the last few bits of cargo to go over to Hawaii. So we're just waiting for the passengers to get on board the L1011 now. Starting with the 3 gates on the B concourse around here, we have gate B1, where we find the TWA MD-82, and this will be departing for a flight out to Miami reasonably shortly. Passengers are just boarding the aircraft now. In the centre we've got an MD-83 in the old livery, which is going to be departing for JFK. Again, passengers just getting on board. And then finally on the end here at gate number 3 we've got a DC-9, and this has arrived in from Charlotte. It's just having the passengers disembark the aircraft. And then we have another DC-9 just in the hangar, which we can see here. This is, can I get low enough for you? There. This is currently just being finished maintenance, and it's also just been repainted into the new TWA scheme. Starting us off now, back on the A concourse on the other side with gate 8, we have the 727 in the old livery, and this has arrived in from Indianapolis. Passengers are just disembarking the aircraft, as you can see on this side, and then it will be going for another flight later on today. At gate number 9 we have another 747-100, which will be departing for London Heathrow. Currently just having final passengers loaded, and then this will be getting ready for pushback. Final side of the TWA concourse, we've got the final 4 gates here, gates 10 to 13. So starting with the closest, we've got gate 10, which we've got a 763. This has arrived in from Portland. Jet bridge is just literally attached now, and then passengers will start to disembark the aircraft in the next 5 minutes or so. Moving along to gate 11, we've got a 752, which is going to be departing for a flight out to Las Vegas. This has just getting the baggage loaded up, and catering's just finishing around the other side, and then passengers will be boarding the aircraft probably within the next 25 minutes. The penultimate gate, we have a 762, and this is arriving from Washington Dulles. Reasonably long time ago now, so there's currently no activity happening with this plane. There's no catering services or anything. That's all been done ready for its next flight, but not quite ready for passengers to board the aircraft. So it's currently just sat at the gate with the jet bridge connected, ready to go for its next flight. And then finally, on the end, we've got another 727, and this has arrived in from Boston, and the passengers are just disembarking onto the bus now. This is only quite a small, short hop flight, so not too many passengers on this aircraft today. Okay, starting with the domestic terminal, Concourse C. So first up on the taxiway here, we've got a Northwest DC-9, and this is third in line for departure, and this is going to be heading out to Detroit Metro. Then if we look at the gates, we've got gate C1, where we find another Northwest DC-9 in one of their experimental liveries. This is going to be departing for a flight out to Memphis. He's just having the passengers will be loaded shortly when the coach arrives, and the luggage is currently just being boarded onto the plane. At gate number 2, we've got a Northwest 727, and this is arriving in from Minneapolis St. Paul. Jet bridge is just connected, and passengers will shortly be disembarking the aircraft. At gate 3, we've got a American Airlines MD-83, which has arrived in from Chicago O'Hare. This is just currently having the final bits of cargo taken off, and then we'll be heading for a flight out to Dallas-Fort Worth reasonably shortly. And then next to that, there's another 727, another American 727, and this will be departing for Dallas-Fort Worth also. This one will be departing a lot sooner than the MD. Just having the final bits of cargo and luggage loaded, and then should hopefully be ready to take off. At gate number 5, we've got a Delta 727. This was going to be departing out to Atlanta in the next half an hour. Currently having catering loaded, and then once that's finished, the baggage will be brought around to the plane, and the passengers will be boarding the aircraft. And then finally over here on a hard stand, we've got another Delta 727, which has arrived in from Salt Lake City, and it's currently just in between flights. Just got the airstairs there for maintenance crew to board the aircraft to do bits and pieces while it waits for its next flight. Just behind the 2 Delta 727s on the taxiway, fourth in line for departure, we've got a TWA 757-200, and this is heading out to San Diego, and it's just going to be following the Northwest DC-9 that we saw earlier to the runway to depart. If we come around the other side of the C concourse, at gate number 8, so gate 7's empty. Gate number 8, we've got a United 727. This is going to be departing for flight out to Denver, and is currently having the passengers boarding. And around the other side, the luggage is also being popped onto the plane. We've got an empty United gate at 9, and then moving to 10, we have the United Shuttle 737, which has made the short hop over from Chicago O'Hare at United's hub, This has arrived in and has finished the deboarding process and is currently just going to have a pushback, as you can see, and be moved to a hard stand until its next flight later on today. Moving around the other side now to gate number 11, we've got a Continental DC-9, which is going to be departing for Houston Intercontinental later on today, just having some cargo arrive to be loaded onto the aircraft to take down to one of Continental's key airports, and then passengers will be loaded shortly. Penultimate gate at this concourse, at number 12, we've got a US Air 737. This has arrived in from Pittsburgh. All passengers are just finishing deboarding the aircraft. The final coach is going to take them to the terminal, and then the luggage is just being unloaded as we speak and should be ready in the terminal for the passengers on the conveyor belts. And finally, at gate 13, we don't have any aircraft. This is another US Air gate, but currently we don't have one of those in, but there is a 727 inbound. Second in line for departure on the taxiway just around here, we've got a TWA 763, and this is on its way out to San Francisco. We shall do the cargo hub next while we're here at the E-Concourse. There's 4 gates at the cargo hub, so E1 is empty. E2, just arrived in, is this FedEx DC-10 from London Heathrow, bringing in plenty of cargo for St. Louis. The centre here in gate number 3, we've got a DHL DC-8 72, which is going to be departing for a short hop over to Cincinnati with some precious cargo. And finally, we've got a FedEx A300 on the end there at gate number 4, which is going to be departing for Kentucky to one of FedEx's main hubs with some cargo. Finally, we move to the D concourse. Got 3 aircraft left here, so not too much activity at the D concourse today. So we start with gate 2, where we find this ATA, American Transair L1011, which is arrived in from Las Vegas. Passengers have disembarked the aircraft, and you can see it's currently having catering loaded, ready for its next flight, and the freight truck's just arrived on the far side, just waiting for a baggage handling unit to come so it can be loaded. Gate 1 is empty, as you can see, as are gates 3, 4, and 6. But at gate 5, we've got this Southwest, when it focuses, we've got this Southwest 737, which is departing for a flight out to Baltimore in the next half an hour. It's currently just getting some passengers have just arrived. The first couple of coaches here have just arrived to load the passengers onto the plane. And the final aircraft for this update is first in line for departure, which is this America West 737. When it focuses for you, there you go, America West 737. Apologies. America West 737, which is heading out to America West's main West Coast hub in Phoenix, Arizona. So that's first in line for departure, making its way to the runway, and will be just in front of the TWA 767, just across the way from it. So that concludes this airport update. Like, comment and subscribe as always. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see next. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.